I'm not visible. I I don't understand why they put like a winding a winding thing on Rhino's back. Like a wind up toy. Yeah, see like the helmet color? Like the regular Rhino like helmet like holds the color darker than the Prime version does. That's hard to match. Wait, what would the rack helmet whatever? Yeah, it's just the same problem. It's just it doesn't hold the color very well. Alright, we need to go to at least 6 hemorrhage. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I was so excited because I looked at the mod itself and I didn't actually read the, like, the thing. This is the wrong one. That sucks. This is the pistol one. I need the other one. Fuck. I'm so excited because like I just read the thing and I know that like it's internal bleeding. But just from railjack missions. Shit. Bro, I was so excited. For nothing. Damn. Alright, never mind then. We're just gonna do the usual, like, try to get like 2 levels and then keep it up from those are very good. I gotta color the egg now. I'm tired, bro. Also, like, I had a forced Windows update, like, 2 days ago. And since then, like, my internet's been, my computer has been acting kind of weird. So does the prey that it's internal trauma. I think, well, the other reason, actually no, it's not just because like I didn't read the mod classification for it, right? For like pistol, whatever. I was like, 'cause I was watching a video where the guy like referred to it as like, he went like, he was talking about, like, I don't remember if he corrected himself or not on it, but it was like, he said it was like the hemorrhage, like the first time. Like, I think a couple times he called it like hemorrhage, and a couple times he called it internal trauma. Like a build option. I'm not gonna lie, if we get assassination, I may not do it. Maybe. Ah, fuck it. Why do I always know? I just always know. I always get this like feeling. I just always have a feeling when it's gonna be like assassination. I'm just like, man, I don't like assassination. The game's like, say less, dog. I mean, to be fair, I like it more than like defense. Like stuff like that, but I don't know, the corrupted jackal is a pain in the ass to fucking deal with. There we go. See you later. I was paying attention until I got knocked back. Big sedge. All of those missed. They all hit him like in the face instead of like in the leg. I guess it didn't miss. It's just I saw a bunch of zeros pop up, so I was like, oh, they missed. And I was like, no, they didn't. It's just. Well, actually, no, defense isn't bad. Excavation's the one that annoys me. I forgot to check with the dorm zone. Arcane is. Damn. Oh wait, no, I didn't activate it. Let's go. You know, I don't think I've ever had Titania. Actually, no, I think she popped up once. I just never grabbed it. I've had a Mesa pop up a couple of times. I just never picked her. What's this? This is the Duviri stuff. It's the stuff they added this year, like a couple months ago. It's basically like roguelite meets Warframe. It's kind of weird because it's kind of like more towards like newer players and then towards like end game players, because there's the regular version that every week you get to choose one of 3 warframes to work towards getting their blueprints plus extra rewards, such as one augment mod, a couple arcanes, maybe weapon blueprints, just or mods in general. And then when you get to Steel Path, the end game stuff, you can then choose 2 Incarnons a week to unlock or to like work towards. And unfortunately, like I don't have Steel Path unlocked, and this week is like, I don't think it's like, I think the Incarnons is every like 2 weeks. I don't remember. But basically, it's kind of this weird thing where like mid game, like for mid game players, it doesn't really. I don't feel like it does much, outside of maybe giving you like easier way to get pain in the ass blueprints. It's like yeah, kind of, yeah. You can think of it like that. Basically a weekly that gives you like, I think it's like 10 rewards, 10 tiers of rewards, plus like I think you can get like extra credits and stuff if you go past it. I never do. I just get the 10 done and then move on, because there's just too much shit to do in Warframe. But then there's also a story version that lets you get resources called Pathos Clamps that you can then use to buy from another vendor some stuff on top of like using other resources. Mr. Treetop6, thank you for the follow. Please enjoy your stay. I mean, it's not bad though. It's pretty good, I would say. Especially because a couple of the like melee weapons you can get. There's I think 6 melee weapons you can get that aren't attached to the circuit. They're from farming Pathos Clamps. That take Mastery 0 to have are comparable to Prime weapons. Realizing that, yeah, it's like if you've taken a break for a while, or if you're like me where you're new, there's just too much shit to do. I'm still waiting on the Necromech to fucking finish, so that's even more stuff to do tomorrow. What's up? Nothing much, just dying to the weather. Well, dying to the weather and my dog deciding to wake me up early, so I had like 5 hours of sleep and then another like 3 hours of like on and off sleep. How are you? How's your week going? Well, how was the weekend? I guess it is Monday. Yeah, the helmet system. Yeah, each warframe has one ability that you can, like, basically you'll sacrifice the warframe to the helmet, and then you'll gain one ability that you can then give to other warframes to replace one of their abilities. Oh shit! I should have taken the crit damage. Nah, it'll be fine. Like I'll have so like with Rhino Prime, I sacked my regular Rhino, so I'll have Roar tomorrow that I can subsume onto other warframes to replace like worse abilities. Like for instance for Korra, you can like, you know, you can take, there's a couple of different variations, but like if you have Grendel, you can take Nourish and then replace Venari with Nourish, because you'll still get Venari as a pet. Like it just gets rid of you changing their forms, which doesn't really do anything. And there's a couple other ones, but Roar's like one of the ones that gets used a lot. Roar and Nourish I think are like the 2, plus like Breach Surge. Yeah, Wisp was another one. The Breach Surge is kind of nutty. I don't know if I didn't hit those 2 guys. But yeah, but there's like some other tech, like for instance, like Korra, I think there's like 3 different builds I've seen revolving around like 3 different like subsumes. There's a Nourish one, so that way, because Nourish just gives you energy while you have it active, which is from Grendel. But then there's 2 that revolve around, I think it's an Equilibrium, right? Where you get like the synth pet mods where you can keep picking up like health orbs even if you're at full health. and then you pair it with Equilibrium to always, like, you know, to gain energy from the health orbs. And then you'll pair it either with Protea's Anchor or with whatchamacallit, with Protea's Anchor or like Varuna's, I think it's her 3, where melee kills drop like health orbs. And then you just don't run out of energy. Without needing like Energize or anything like that, Arcane Energize. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of disorientating that like my dude's invisible to me too. I kind of wish there was like an outline or some shit on it. Well, it's cause like now with with that, like, you can add more aggressive, I'm assuming it's just because you can add more aggressive, I almost died, but didn't. More aggressive, like, mods. Like, instead of running, like, Energy Siphon, right, you can run something else that's, like, more power-inducing. That's probably the case. It's probably less that, like, it's needed, and more like it just allows you to fit in more damage in areas that you probably would have to sack for some sort of energy. I don't know. Don't look at me, bun. I've literally only been playing the game for like a month and a half at most. I just tell you what the videos say. Costs like 30. I think mine like costs like 12 or something. Mine's not too expensive either. He needs to die. Yeah, fuck that guy. I didn't say blame the vids. I said just take it up with them. I'm just telling you what I've watched. You know, it's like when you give, like, you know, when you get homework from school and you have to watch like this video, and you go and the teacher gets mad at your answer and it's like, well, that's what the video said. Teach, take it up with the guy that made the video. Don't look at me. Goodness. To be honest, for me, well, cause it's like a mix, right? It's like, cause you have the Pilfering Strangledome also, right? That can get you energy. But I have had some moments when I'm doing like survivals where the Strangledome just stops generating energy orbs all of a sudden, and then I'm like, I don't pay attention and I just start spamming my whip and all of a sudden like I have no energy. And I'm just like, oh, get my 350% ability strength mod bonus. Yeah, I have the whip augment and the and whatchamacallit, the Strangledome augment for more drops. Both are pretty much most Korra builds I've seen nowadays run both. Unhand me. Deimos? Really? For me, Deimos is like the one that's like more enjoyable out of the three. Oh, I'm already at like full. Stuff there for this. Oh, you're talking about like when you're like running away from the necromechs, where they basically kill you on sight? Yeah, that quest was annoying. But you're almost done. That's like towards the end. don't know if that makes you feel better. Yeah, once you're dealing with the Necromechs, you're getting pretty close to finishing the story part. I feel like Deimos as a whole though, like once you get to the actual like open area grinding is a little like it's a bit more chill than the other two zones. Just because like whatchamacallit, like it has less nonsense that comes and deals with you, right? Like you don't have a thumper that can show up out of nowhere while you're just trying to fucking do your own thing and stuff like that. But it is kind of a bit more of a pain in the ass to like rank up sometimes because conservation I feel just is like it's still the better way. You get like more bang for your buck from the tokens from Sun. But the problem is that like unlike the other two zones where just capturing the things gives you like anywhere from like a couple hundred to like 1,000, 2,000 standing, you have to like get a bunch of different tags and trade them in. So it's like it's a bit more of a pain in the ass. Which is really weird to me. Considering that he only gives you 500 standing per token and then you need like multiple tags of different things to get his tokens. Like when you compare that to the fact that like in Orb Valis and in like Plains I can just go and I can catch one bird and it'll give me like 400 standing even if it's a bad capture, like plus the tags. Like it feels a little weird that like Deimos is different, but is what it is. Shrug shoulders. It's also, I mean, Deimos is also my highest standing because I put the most like effort into it. Yeah. I will say that like the quests themselves, like the bounties, feel less annoying in some degrees. Some of there's like one that's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad once you get the hang of it. Test new things, yeah. Like, I don't think the token system is bad per se, because you can farm up like standing ahead of time, right? Like you can, if you get enough tokens to hit your like your standing cap, right? You can still farm more tokens if you want to get like mods or something, because it has useful mods, especially for melee. Or wait, what was it? Was it melee? Yeah, for melee, because you had like for slash and stuff like that, for like Karnus and Saxum, like for like the different ones, it has that's where you get the sets for them, and it's just like you can keep farming those and not really feel like you're wasting your time because you can still like collect the tokens that you can then turn in the next day, and you can have like your standing cap like farmed ahead of time. So it has merits. It's just the conservation one just feels weird because it's like so different. Like if I feel like you get so little compared to the other ones. And conservation in Deimos is like so much more annoying because like the little birds, fuck them birds, dude. Those things are such a pain in the ass to find. But I think overall it was definitely a good step forward. Yeah, this is the other vendor though. They have arcanes that rotate daily, plus like weekly stuff in the shop, and then other stuff that just rotates whenever. I kind of want to farm for this, but I also kind of don't because like I have 3 of them that I haven't used. You can also get Rivens without having to like gamba shards and hope you get one you want. I'm gonna ignore both of these though. Like the first, I like the first, like Plains is better like once you get the hang of it. And once you get the launcher, I feel. Without the launcher, it's kind of a pain in the ass because of the flying fuckers. I don't feel like doing that today. Oh, I haven't done an Eidolon fight yet. Probably do that at some point. Okay, I need a Fulmin stock. And the Fulmin barrel. But I have the blueprint. Fuck, I just need to farm Axie relics. Because the barrel will be pretty quick to get. Yeah, I need to farm Axie relics, because once I get that done, I can just make Fulmin Prime.
Everything in orders?
And Rubico Prime. I've heard of that gun, but I don't know what it is. I think for the most part, I have most of these primes built. I need to get this barrel. Oh, snipers. I have not touched the snipers in this game, like, at all. Alright, this can start cooking tomorrow. I'm kind of sad, though, because that means Chroma Prime's gonna be done on Friday, which is PoE day. Oh, here we go. I already mastered that. I'm just gonna craft this just to have it whenever there's like a... Whenever there's just like an affinity booster or something pops up, I can just farm a bunch of affinity. And then sack them after. Can you just get the Broughton Prime? Your Redeemer is super good for Eidolons? I honestly don't really... Like, I kind of understand how the Eidolon hunt works, kind of. I watched a video on it a little bit. Oh, I could get that really quick. I might crack that open later. But... And technically I should be doing it because there's like... 2 mods, right? 1 or 2 mods. Or 1 or 2 arcanes, not mods. From them that I need. And it's just like... But I'm just like, can I manage without them? If the answer is kind of yes right now, so I'm just ignoring those till later. So I know you have to go and grab the the floaty things, right? From that are out and around, and you have to charge them with the undead things, and then you have to do some shit to like capture the bro. I feel like oh, this one's not bad. No, those were kind of a reach. Nope, I have not touched the ants at all whatsoever. That's the other reason I've been avoiding it. Like, I have been very, like, extremely dirty casual with Warframe. I'm just like, what do I need to do to get the Warframes I want? That's about it. I haven't reached the point where I'm like, alright, what's all this other shit that I need to do? The only thing I've like made is I made a kit gun because I was following a guy's like free-to-play run through, and he like suggested making a kit gun that was really easy to like farm the stuff for earlier, and it was pretty helpful. I mean, it's still probably one of my better guns. Like realistically speaking, it's still probably stronger than, well, actually no. I think my, like, and it depends on the cases. In some cases it's better than my Fullman. Oh. I'll be one of your 4 crafter swords. Yeah, I've heard the Zaws get really good. Yeah, there's a lot I haven't really like dove into too deeply. I mean, realistically speaking, like compared to some of the crafting I'm used to from like Path of Exile, like Warframe craft, like it's pretty simple in the form of like what you have to follow. Like it's pretty easy for people to just be like, all right, these are the ones you want to put together, like that kind of deal. Meanwhile, at Path of Exile, I'm doing fucking goddamn college trigonometry, trying to figure out like what order to fucking craft shit in to try to like get stuff to not break itself. It's like one of the only reasons, like for Path of Exile, like I don't do like super hardcore content. It's just that like the crafting is something that like I'm trying to like get better at it, and to a degree I'm like pretty decent at it now. Like at the lower crafting stuff, but like the higher crafting, like oh my fucking god, like that shit is way out of my pay grade. I don't need undone. I need credits. That fucker needs to start robbing some Swiss banks. Fucking bastard hit me. It kind of gets to the point where I just start getting like energy drops, so I start running out of energy. It also doesn't help that these fucking infested guys, when they hit you, just suck out energy. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I don't realize it because if you have Overguard, it doesn't do anything to you, but if you don't have Overguard and they grab you, like, they just leech out a fucking shit ton of your energy, like, very quickly. And even then, usually I'm in here on Atlas, so I don't usually give a shit, because by the time they show up, I have 1400 plus Rebel, so my landslide's free, so I really don't care. Oh, how did he even hit me? I was like right here, and he still fucking hits me with this thing. Like, Warframe, please. At least pretend that cover exists. Ain't no way that fucking caught me. There's... I'm not gonna lie, the oh my god. There's so many mechanics in this game that are just so fucking annoying, and then you get Overguard and you're like, alright, I can ignore like 90% of these. Like these guys, like just draining my energy just because they fucking latch onto. Like, why? Like, why is that a thing? Like, none of the other grapple guys do that. Like, why are these guys so special just because they fucking have Cthulhu-looking faces? Like, you have to be kidding me. Not to mention, I still like dodge, like bullet glide out of the way, and then they still hit me because there's hella tracking on their fucking grabs. It's just a little aggravating to fucking deal with. The biggest thing is the fact that I don't need like something like prime sure-footed to not get knocked over. Three more minutes. Fuck. I opened it as he was, bro. He was casting it at the door. You're shitting me right now. I went back around the wall too soon. Oh, Riven's over. Fuck. Fuck. Why is it stabilizer? I just want split chamber. Whatever. Just get like what, 30,000 credits or some shit. I fucked up and accidentally did another mission before doing. Oh, I did like the event mission and I wasted my like double credits of the day thing. This would have been like a 60,000 plus, maybe even closer, like 80,000. Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna go do some Maya farming real quick. I haven't done my daily one yet. Just to stock up. Because we don't know what the next... We know when the next resurgence is, we just don't know what the next resurgence is. I'm probably gonna end up going back and just doing that on like Atlas. That's because like punchy is just fun. I didn't remember how to spell Kuliro when I did his loadouts. I just called him Stabby Boy. Am I sorry? No, not at all. Don't feel like doing that. Don't feel like this. Don't feel like doing this. Don't feel like doing this. Nope, nope, nope. Doable. Oh. Alright, bud, calm down now. Take it easy. Oh, bud. Chroma Prime before Eidolons? For what, his... Oh? Shield? So whatever. I know his effigy is like for money. I think that's Profit Taker, from what I've heard. Ah. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna do Eidolons anytime soon. Cause even without Path of Exile, I wasn't planning on doing Eidolons anytime soon. A bun is back on the saddle, baby. Cannot be contained. Yeah, I did some Apex like after I ate dinner. I did it just because I was... Once I'm done with the fucking event, I'm probably not going to touch it for a while. Which I should be done with the event like tomorrow or the day after. Yeah, the Rampage skin on it is actually pretty nice. The collection event has a pretty cool like Horizon recolor, but I already have a legendary Horizon skin I like, and it's not half off like the Wraith recolor event was. I'm not sure what that was about, but right, there's a Rampage in the store. I don't usually pay attention to the store stuff since I'm not gonna like buy anything. I'm not gonna lie. If I was one of those guys, I'd be fucking terrified if I just witnessed that. You're like, man, we have literally 2 floors of distance between us and the target. We got this. We got height advantage. We're chilling. You just have this giant fucking golden, this golden warframe. All of a sudden, just double, like just fucking bullet like once, then twice, and he's in your face with tonfas, just beating the shit out of you, and you're just like, bro, I did not sign up for this. Meanwhile, the general in his office is like, you sure did. That shit was in the fine print. Should have read it. May have to deal with giant shiny warframes that can jump up and get to you. Trying to retie my hair. I hate having my hair tied up, but fucking it's too hot not to. Oh, there's some capture stuff. I'm probably gonna have to swap to Cooler for this. As a lot of times it tends to be the nullifier. I still find it funny how, like, all they had to do was desummon your weapon for that ending scene. Like, whatever you're holding, just despawn it. And they don't. So it looks really weird when you, like, finish the mission and then you just see your gun in one hand, like, obviously not fitting into what's supposed to be a very tight fit to, like, get into your ship. And I'm just like, I'm just like, it's so funny. It's probably not stocking. Whatever. Yeah. Oops. You know, I'm kind of glad I don't like really have to do. I don't really have to do, or like Dragon Key runs anymore. Like I'll probably still do them eventually, just to run through the last couple of keys I made, but I have most of the mods. Like period. Both the ones that you need and the ones you don't need, in case they ever rebalance those. I think there's like one mod left that I have any like passing interest in having.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations
But
is here. Find them and capture them.
I really get hit by the grenade dudes like anywhere. No, he can't move.
The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Oh my god, I hate when it does that. I'll do this until I get an IO, and then I'll go do something else I need to do.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Target located.
Oh. These Thompsons are actually pretty good. Holy shit. Like, I didn't think they'd be like super duper great because they need condition overload. Like, all the builds for them showed condition overload, but not bad, to be honest. Now, aesthetically, not really my taste, but usability wise, they're not bad. They are not bad. I'm so fucking tired, I can't aim.
Has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
I need to kind of remember when I like finish playing, like when I get bored of the PoE League. If I get bored, like I'd like the PoE League to be fun, like to the point where I like just don't want to stop playing. But it kind of just also depends on the uniques and
You are here on a capture mission. You must find
is there anything that's like
our target. Found the target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
no, it's actually pretty good when he stands still longer than like 2 seconds. But I still wish I had the crafting bats. They've justified buying the Terminator caustic skin because that skin looks so good.
Capture and extract our target. Target located. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point.
Plus, apparently Fuse is getting us there this season. They data mine the files for like all of this stuff. Only problem is my Fuse main days are kind of behind me. I don't really play them much anymore. I'm like not as excited as I could have been. There we go. We got our IF for the day. Mm. Mm. Just looking up some stuff real quick. So apparently there's a sabotage. Apparently this is pretty decent for solo farming for axes. We'll give it like a couple runs, see how it feels. Too bad there's not like a capture one for axes.
The enemy have breached the structure. We are here to cut off their access.
Of course there's a fucking nullifier at the first door. Because why wouldn't there be? Holy shit, this game just loves to troll you sometimes. Why is there so many nullifiers here? Holy shit, dude. Turn a corner, there's just 2 nullifiers just chilling. 3. Alright, we're doing this on Kulero. He's like the safest one to do this on. Because his overguard can't be stripped. Bruh. I really wish I would rework nullifiers. I think nullifiers is like, as a principle, is so dumb. Like, thematically, does it make sense? Yes, because, you know, you have these, like, super powered fucking robot things coming at you. But like, gameplay wise, they're just annoying as shit to deal with. Something that just strips your buffs that you can't cast abilities at, like while you're inside the bubble, that also doesn't take any damage from a distance until you collapse the bubble, like... Yeah, see, the problem is I have Rhino Prime now, but especially after the Hellbent system, like there's like, why would you run Rhino over Cooler Roll when you can just put Roar on Cooler Roll and call it good? Not to mention Cooler Roll doesn't really need Roar. You don't have to put that on Cooler Roll. It's just nice to have. Oh shit. I hate when you go through like random portals and it just like I hate when you go through like a portal and it just like strips your buffs. Like you haven't died, but it still takes your buffs off. Like, do I regret farming for Rhino Prime? No, because Rhino's still like one of the warframes I really like the design of. But with what's currently available, i.e. Cooler Roll, it's like, why play Rhino when you can just play Cooler Roll? And then there's also Neza, who apparently after his rework was turned into like a better. Oh, we got it. Oh shit, that's actually really good. It was apparently a better Rhino when you just put his roar on. I think he replaces like Spirit Maneuver with a roar and you're done. It's actually pretty good. I mean, I could have also just gotten lucky on the first one.
Fearsome appearance, Operator. You will strike terror in your enemies.
I mean, technically, I could just put like 3 into reach, because I don't think I have another 4 drain that's like worth putting on. Because I'm thinking I need to put like Berserk Fury on it. Do I have like another one? I don't think I do. No, I don't think I do. I think that was the only one I have. Yeah, that's the only one I have. Like, I have a Fury, but
Operator, are you enjoying the
yeah, I think I'll just put 3 points into reach.
all mods accounted for, Operator? I have not taken any.
To be honest, I'm probably not going to stream very long tonight. I'm so tired. I think I'll probably go for maybe another 30 minutes and then I'll probably call it. So I'll probably just farm this for like another 30 minutes just to get some Axie relics stocked up.
We're here to cut off the stop them. There are rich enemies supply caches in the area.
I need to like mod out the Baza. The Baza is actually pretty good. It grew on me after I had it leveled. Yeah, see, like,
What they've taken, why
bruh. Like, I don't understand why it, like, wipes Iron Guard and shit like that. Like, what's the point? Like, it would... Like, as... Obviously, the nice thing would be if they just made all sources of Overguard be undispellable. That would obviously be, like, the nice thing, but...
stay sharp.
But it's just like...
Off the key. Now get
Like, I'm assuming maybe the reason that they didn't code Cooleros to be like dispellable is because he has no shield. It's technically a risk to cast because if he casts it with without any targets nearby, he'll take his damage instead of gaining health and overguard. But that's not exactly that hard to mitigate. You just don't push the button until something's near you. It's not that hard. You come out positive with investment if you hit even one target. Like, obviously the overguard's not going to be as big as if you hit like multiple targets, but if you hit one target, you take no damage and you come out with, I think, like a couple hundred points of overguard. If not more than that, actually. I think it's more with mine. Because I get a lot per with how much ability strength I have on him. So it's just like... Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they should just make Iron Skin and Icy Avalanche, and I don't know if Styanax's works like Cooleros or not. Okay, that's like, if this gives me like an Axie Relic almost every single time, I'm just gonna do like for the next couple bits, because I need a lot of like Axie Relics for a lot of different things. Because I need like Wisp Blueprint, which I just got here. I need Hildren Prime stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for like the next like 30 minutes, just chill out, you know, that kind of stuff. Because my brain's just dying. Like, I can feel it dying. I thought I was alright, because I was like, you know, at least I got a decent amount of sleep. We're chilling. No, bro. My brain is like, dog, you had like 5 hours of sleep and then like another like 3 hours of on and off napping, like. Because the problem is that like when I sleep, when I get woken up, like my brain doesn't like fully go to sleep after, because it goes, you're gonna sleep through your alarm, you're gonna sleep through your alarm, you're gonna sleep through your alarm. So I kept waking up like every like 30 minutes, checking what time it was. Even though I haven't slept through my alarm in fucking years, but it's still like, alright, not years. I think I slept through it once, like last year. But like I was so tired. I went to sleep at like 8 in the morning, and my alarm is set for like noon. Yeah, there was no way my punk ass was waking up 4 hours later. I mean, it could have been possible, but I remember on that day I think it was one of my 12-hour streams or something. I don't remember. I remember I did something and I was like really tired and I didn't go to bed till like 8 in the morning. I forgot to swap to the Baza. Did I ever need to get one of those mods after this? I was gonna swap guns anyway. Oh, this is fun. Riven sliver out of that? I bet. Yeah, see, this is the problem though, like, what would you replace on Coolero's kit for Roar? I feel like Coolero just in general is just very well put together. I guess it depends on like how much you like doing melees. But even then, his ones, like like it also just teleports, so it's also just nice for movement. His 2 is a must. You can't get rid of his 2 because it gives you overguard. His 4 is really good for like defending a position. I mean, it's not absolute. Well, actually, no. I think his 4 would probably be what I would get rid of, to be honest. I know there's a lot of builds that like playing around his like his 3 and his 4, but I honestly think the best way to play Coolero is around his 1, 2, 3, and then like just get rid of his 4. But it also doesn't really matter because when I get Chroma Prime, he's probably gonna be like what I use a lot of after once I build him. Atlas, I just need to do research for when I get his finish getting his Prime version. I can see if there's like a more general build that's worth having for him. That way I can kind of like use him in more missions because I like Atlas. Atlas is fun. It looks cool too, especially his Prime version. His Prime version more so than the other one, but you know, 5 minutes for an Axie Relic isn't that bad. Considering the other options that I have to do, where it's like 4 excavators. I either do 4 excavators and excavation. Like every 4 excavators I get an Axie Relic. I either have to kind of like metagame the disruption missions, or I just run this and in 5 minutes I get myself a relic. Because the first guy I looked up didn't even like mention this this mission, but I remember there being like one that was good for solos. That was not any of the missions that was said in the first one. And so then I looked up another one and I was like, yeah, see that one. And that's why I think his 3 is just really fucking good. The only real reason I'm like, I want to swap from the Fulminant to the Baza is because if I remember correctly, the Baza is better at dealing with the nullifiers. Bro, my brain is just dying.
Target is here.
I've been talking about nullifiers all day, or the whole stream, and now I'm just like, my brain's like, like realistically, I say I'm gonna like, you know, chill, but what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go play my Spark Inquisitor on PoE. But my brain is so dead, I don't want to like have to think and pay attention to things. I also still don't know. Okay, so we got a Neo Relic like in, what is this? This is what, like 3rd or 4th? I mean, I don't mind Neo Relics personally. If the Axie Relic, like to Neo Relic, is still just like, is that much, right? If we get that many, then I'm still chilling. Oh, right, this is why I wasn't using Plaza. It needs to be formatted to add everything that I need on it. Like a lot. I think I'd have to format this like 3 times. In order not to use a reactor, which I don't have a lot of. Because the problem is we have 9, 18... 24. I need this. Well, I don't necessarily need this, actually. But we for sure need this and this. So we need another 8 points. Which in order to get, I would have to forma for a V and a dash. Well, technically, well, yeah, because like this affects... Oh, wait, but I don't think it affects this. Wait, does it? I actually don't remember. I think you still want the serration though. Better. We'll take it for a spin.
Excellent armaments, operator.
I'll do like 2 more missions.
Covered in blood.
Oh, actually, we'll do 1 more mission, then I'll look at my standing stuff. I need to farm that too.
Intruders are forcing open this location's blood portal. You are here.
Well, I need to see if there's anyone that's like easy to do.
Enemy supply caches in the air, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out and you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
I know I should just stick to the Fulman. I mean, the Baza still deals pretty decent damage. Not to those fuckers though. Yeah, for whatever reason, the Baza just demolishes the fucking... the shield on nullifiers. Like, even more than the full auto, I don't know. Than the full auto, like, Fulman setting does. I mean, what do I expect though? I'm trying to compare the Baza, which is not reactored, not, you know, no Forma, to my Fulman, who is reactored and Forma. I mean, even then, like, depending on, like, I'm hoping to get the Fulman Prime. I'm just sad that I used the reactor on this Fulman with how, like, I didn't even do it like a week ago. I think it was like a week when I like got the Fulman, the regular one. And like the Fulman Prime like is a pretty decent upgrade. Phoenix! Hello, hello. How have you been? How's work? Hope you haven't been dying to the heat too much. I wonder if the rumbled thing from Atlas is affected by nullifiers. Because there's been heat, bro. I think like not last week, but the week before it was like in the hundreds for a couple days, and then now it's like today was like 88 degrees with like 80% humidity where I'm at, and I'm just like dying. I am like so dead. Like today's probably gonna be a short stream because of my dog woke me up early because 5 hours of sleep goes burr because there was a storm and he was freaking it. And then, oh, wait, right. I have the Baza, not the. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so brain dead right now. I thought I had the full minute quick. And then with the heat, like, I'm just dying. But. Oh, same here, actually. Like we've had. Oh, we got Aya this time. Let's go. Oh, I didn't even get. Man, if I known I could get Aya from this, I would have been farming this. Like here, because like here, that what it'll do is it'll rain for like 4 to 6 hours, and then it'll stop raining, and then immediately warm up to like high 80s, like to mid to low 90s, and then it's really humid and really hot, and then it just kept doing that for like a week and a half. And I'm just like, bro, just end my suffering. Oops.
Well put together, operator.
I don't actually think there's anything else I could put on here that would be good. I was like, the only thing I'd do would be to swap this around, but I don't know what else I'd put instead of this. Because I literally have just about everything I would want on here. Like the only other thing I would do is this, is just turn it into radiation. But the point is that when I would want it to be, radiation is pretty like niche. Right? Like both electricity and radiation have their uses.
Operator? Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
The only thing else I could think of is this. Is just do this and pump that up by 2. That's probably like the only other thing I would do. Probably the only thing I can think of to make that stronger. We'll see how that feels. But yeah. Aside from that, I've been doing all right. We got some pretty decent progress done in Warframe, but Warframe will have to be taking a back seat starting Friday because new Path of Exile League. Yay! Hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. I'm hoping the league mechanic will be like good to do. Like I really hope it holds my attentions more, because the problem is like, so my first one back was Sanctum, right? But unfortunately Sanctum was kind of more of like, if you wanted to play it as melee, you had to be like a pretty good like Path of Exile player with like dodging shit and stuff like that. I'm curious how the changes will affect it. Because now the resolve mechanic is going to be affected by defenses, but then everything deals more damage to kind of like offset it. I am kind of curious how that's going to play out. Also, apparently you can like die in Sanctum if you're not careful. Granted though, the Sanctum runs are tradable. So there's that. Not actually OAM. With the other side? Putting the heavy caliber doesn't actually feel like it did anything. I'll just probably put the Stormbringer one back on. But yeah, so I'm just hoping the new PoE League is fun. Like the league mechanic and stuff, because it's kind of like auto battle-y. At least that's how they described it. You have like these totems which that like spawn units, and then you can go and break other people, like the NPC team's totem and stuff like that. It's an interesting premise that if they kind of like nail it, they could kind of bring it back and give it like a PvP mode, which would be kind of interesting. But I doubt they'd want to do that much effort into it. I couldn't really blame them. But yeah, I'm just hoping that I'm hoping the mechanic is kind of enjoyable and that I can do the missions, and I'm hoping that the season rewards or the league rewards are like cool, like they look cool. Like I'm a big fan of like the Marauders, like the uniques that are kind of like themed after the Marauder stuff. Like it's pretty cool. I'm kind of like hoping that like they keep up this whole like full armor set reward thing, and that it's like it's cool and I like it, and then I hope that I can like find the what's the word I'm looking for? I guess like the drive or whatever to keep like kind of grind out the challenges. Because like for instance in Sanctum I barely completed enough challenges to get the full armor set, but then in Crucible, which to be honest the actual league mechanic itself I detested. It was so boring and like nothing was good for melee. Well, not necessarily good, but there was nothing like crazy for melee for the trees, which kind of sucked. Because like there was like a couple of fucking range builds, like, and I'm not even talking about the exploding totem ones, like I just mean like just the range builds in general that were there's just like some pretty big like build enabling changes and stuff. The bows also had some crazy shit with like not even just ballistas, but just it was they had some pretty decent stuff. Meanwhile, like melee had like one interesting node that wasn't just like, oh, heal like X damage or something. That like it could have made like enabled the whole build, but like the way the actual thing worked was very finicky and kind of shit. There's also a couple of spell ones that were also like pretty interesting. Like there was a couple like knight builds that kind of came around with some of the nodes they could get with like shiver heat, stuff like that. I don't know, yeah. I never even saw the dungeon to be able to like unveil a unique. So this is kind of like a dog shit spot to oh, this one's actually pretty good. Yeah, we'll stay here. I should have just brought Korra. I never have to worry about life support drops with Korra's like pilfering down. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up starting like Bone Shatter Slayer, then I'll probably make like a Spark Inquisitor after, if there hasn't been some weird like Chieftain Slam build discovered like in the first couple weeks. I'm just praying that someone finds some weird like Chieftain tech that lets like there be a Chieftain Fire Slam build. Because I really want to play slams again. I want to play slams, and not because they're good for like leveling. Like I would like something that's like pretty good for endgame that doesn't require some stupid item to even be usable. Because that's kind of the problem with slam builds, is there's a couple that are like usable. It's just that you need like either a really like a dumb setup of like gems and shit, or you need like a specific item. Like I was looking at a lot of like tectonic slam builds, and like all of them are just like, yeah, no, you need an Onigoroshi for it to be like better, or even like decent. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, bro, really? Because while not necessarily too terribly, well, the farming for the Onigoroshi isn't hard, quote unquote. It's tedious. Because you're just killing Hillock over and over again until he drops it. And I'm not talking about like the conspiracy Hillock, I'm talking about like the very first Hillock that you fight at the beginning of the game. Because like I didn't know that like Hillock had like a unique that he could drop, or that like was exclusive to him, right? So like an Uber version of like there's Hillock like on the beach has this like percentage chance to spawn as like Uber Hillock, who will drop the Onigoroshi when you kill him. And like the thing is that once you kill Hillock and leave the beach, he doesn't respawn like on the beach anymore. So what you have to do is you have to kill Hillock, and then once you kill Hillock, if if he dropped the sword, you then go to town and you put it in the thing. But if he doesn't like drop the sword, you basically just re-roll GG. You just go to character screen, you go to another character, and then you run it again, and you just keep doing that over and over again until he drops the sword. And apparently it's like, which I'm assuming they did on purpose since it's like a one-time thing. The first map like refreshes like a minute and a half or some shit, instead of like the 10 to 15 minutes that the regular maps do. So like I think it's like 3 characters or something. You basically make like 3 or 4 characters and you just run them over and over again through Hillock until he gives it. I guess the only saving grace is that as they gain levels by killing Hillock over and over again, the chances for him to like turn into the Hillock that would drop the Onigoroshi increases. I just don't know if I have the patience to do some shit like that for Tectonic Slam. Also, like, myself included, there was a lot of us that were kind of like disappointed that they didn't do like any balancing to like the underperforming skills, aka like the slams. On the flip side, like it's also not terrible, because it could mean that, because I don't think we know all the uniques that can be gotten in from the event or whatever. I don't remember. Like I don't think they've announced like all of them yet. I say this, but there is a web, like they already have, they might have, I don't know. But I don't know, maybe there's like some item that they're like, yeah, that's probably gonna be like kind of dumb for slams from like the league mechanic, like a league specific unique kind of deal. Yeah, I don't know. But they didn't buff any of that. And it's just like... Rip. I guess I'm just doing Bone Shatter again. And then now a Spark build, or like basically anything that's like Sanctum. That's good for Sanctum. To try to see if I can at least like get some Sanctum runs done. As for Sanctum, like I kind of lost the drive a little early, but that was also because I was just trying to get back in the swing of things for Path of Exile. I think like it's kind of funny because I think if Crucible and Sanctum were like flipped, I probably would have played a lot more of like Sanctum, because then I probably would have been down for making like another character that was like really good for Sanctum. Like I probably would have just made like a Spark Inquisitor for it. Cause like I just like, cause I'm trying out the Spark Inquisitor now, and like it's a good build. Like I've been running him as if like he's like, you know, like a fresh character, so I'm not using any of like the uniques that I have like in my stash and stuff like that like my character got. But it's like, and he's like killing bosses and shit faster than most of the other stuff, like faster than what I remember doing in like Bone Shatter. Not as fast as when I did my Lightning Arrow run, but like, you know, it's killing things pretty quickly. Like it's doing a good job like getting through content. It's a little on the squishy side, and well, to be fair, it hasn't been completely 100% to it, because like I have been buying stuff whenever I need and crafting, which is kind of, you know, just you know, a wee bit using some of the resources I have saved up from my Bone Shatter Jug, who's in red maps. Well, preliminary red maps. He can't run all of them super crazy or anything. But like it feels good. It's just that it's a little socket hungry for what it wants. Cause like I've been avoiding like using my jeweler orbs and like recolors and stuff like that. I'm using one unique on him, but it's one that he got. Like basically it's like if he finds a unique, I'm gonna let him use it. The unique itself isn't all that great. It's just the wool shoes. It's nothing game breaking. It just gives me good movement speed. But like it's kind of a tie between a toss-up between. I should be able to... yeah. It's kind of a toss-up between like Spark Inquisitor or just going and making another Lightning Arrow champion for Sanctum. The whole reason I'm kind of leaning towards Lightning Arrow champion instead is because like Lightning Arrow champion, like I've made one and he feels good. Oh fuck, am I really capped on him? Or? Shit, I didn't realize that. I didn't think I'd cap on it that quickly. Shit, that means I need to go. Oh, that's why I don't have. Okay, I think I'd use a Barton Prime Barrel for the whatever Steel Meridian. I feel like doing that. Capture mission, easy. But like the biggest reason I'm kind of leaning towards it is that if defenses like affect the resolve damage, and then Lightning Arrow, which is something I've already done, and like when I did the Lightning Arrow one, I had like one unique that you could say was like pretty like build boosting, which was the had a unique Jade necklace that gave that was like, it was the projectile one. It gives like projectile damage and like projectile speed. That's like the only one that I grabbed. But I was like, Oh, like, yeah, that one's, it was pretty spicy. It was pretty spicy. But aside from that, like, I just used whatever I was picking up. Like, and the build felt solid. And since nothing really got changed for, well, that's not true. The reason I don't know if it's any good though, like still, would be for like later sanctums, like higher level sanctums, because Vengeance Cascade got changed. They got turned into like basically Vengeance Cascade from last season got turned into a support gem, but the support gem is weaker than the Anoint, which isn't necessarily a problem, but I don't know like how good the lightning arrow champ build would be, because it felt really good like getting into maps. I think up to like yellow maps it felt fine, but after that it started struggling. Part of that also was just because I wasn't getting lucky on having like items to drop that had like shit that I needed on any of my characters. So maybe I could go for that for a second build. But I haven't really fully decided. All I know is that I'm more than likely starting Bone Shatter Slayer as kind of like more than likely the for sure start. Unless someone just YOLO goes, hey, here's a Chieftain Fire Slam build, and my brain goes, I mean dog, you know, we could do that. Wouldn't be the first time I started a league with a untested league starter. Looking at you, Molten Fisher. Which was also Sanctum League. But yeah, so I don't know if how like it'll work. Which is why I think I'll probably like, this is why I think I'm just gonna go Bone Shatter Slayer first, because that's already like, that's not getting changed at all, and I think it'll be fine. All right, but I think that's gonna be it from me from stream. I'm like, I can slowly feel myself like going through the stages of shutting off, like in my brain. So we're gonna go say hi to Anya. Just make sure she has an ending. I don't think she is, but it is, ironically enough, there's like 3 people whose like birthday week is this week, and like it's kind of funny because I think one of them is like, one of them's on Thursday, one of them's on Friday, and then mine's on Sunday. So, and Anya's is, I'm thinking Anya's the one who's on Friday. But we're gonna go say hi. But yeah, so tomorrow we should have the Necromech done, which means I'm probably gonna try to like get some mastery on the Necromech and then get ready to go do New War stuff. Where is it? Yeah, 13 hours. And then I'll have Chrome Prime on Friday, which I don't know when we'll get to play him, because it'll probably be a while before I like sit down and grind a lot of Warframe again. But thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. If it is early in the day for you, hope you have a good day. If it's late in the day for you, hope you're well. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I do hope to see you all again in the next one.